Hey, what's going on, guys? Just want to show you some cheap mods for the F80 M3. By cheap, I mean really cheap. They make a huge difference from a stock to an actual sort of modded one. The first thing you guys can see is the little black carbon fiber accents, and also the little tongue or lip, whatever you want to call it, as well as the carbon fiber kidney grills. Those are actually just around the grills themselves. They don't they're not actual full kidney grills. They're inserts is exactly what they're called. The quality, as you can see, is really nice on them. Picked them up for about $100. And right under, like I said, since they're just inserts, they're not gonna replace the chrome around it. You still see a little bit of the chrome, but for $100 it made a huge difference between the chrome and black. Also, see these guys, pick these guys up right here. As you can see, the fitment, I feel like it was more of my fault more than anything. I'm gonna try to reinstall them. It's not too noticeable, but it is really annoying that you have an M car and it looks sort of ratchet to JDM. No offense, but so you pick these guys up for about $100 as well, whereas the M Performance ones, I think I've seen them for about $500. So definitely a huge ass difference. Again, you might say the quality is also different, but you can try to reinstall them and I'll give an update. These little tongues, picked them up for about $100. Fitment is pretty good. I don't even think those are an M Performance accessory anyway, so for aftermarket, the way it is, it's fine. Probably could have used a little bit better, maybe either 3M or something. But so far, they're holding on pretty good. Parked the car outside, so there is maybe slight fade if you're being picky, but once again, between those two mods, we're looking at about $200, and once again, completely changes the look of the car as well with those kidneys. Also, what I've decided to add around here, once again, these are just inserts. The reason I picked them up was received them for free actually, but checked them out on eBay. Not being picky or anything, they're about $60. You can get the actual mirror caps. Those run for about $160, but these seem like they do an okay job. There's a slight gap, which I'm sure you can see right there. So once again, eventually I'll swap those out, but for receiving for free, it's not bad. And the car is lowered on H&R springs. Went with that sort of cheap route because, well, I have EDC. I don't want to get rid of that yet, and the car, when I got it, only had 20,000 miles, so there's no real point for me to get coilovers and let these stock EDC shocks go to waste. That mod was roughly about $330 plus installation, which actually cost me about $200. But get a side profile view. It's way better than stock, that's for sure. Height wise, I'd rather be lowered on springs and get hate from all the M owners that I'm on springs and have the stock look. And not only that, definitely takes performance a little bit better. There's that M3 fender flares that we all love. It's absolutely amazing. No hate on the M4, but the M3 just has sort of an aggressive look that I felt the M4 didn't have. But the M4 is still a very beautiful car. As far as exhaust work, the only thing I have is a resonator delete, and I do have catless downpipes actually. They're currently not on the car. Resonator delete, I'll post a video of that later. That itself is about $100 mod, and I highly suggest it. Makes our burble a lot more up close fitment. For fitment, let's see, it ended up costing me about $200 as well. I have some spacers from H&R. They're 12 millimeters in the front, but as you could see, if you tried, you really could squeeze 15s, which there are people running a 15 millimeter up front with a 15 millimeter rear. I've heard of some people running up to 18 rear, which probably would work, but not when you're lowered. I would say that 15 is about as wide as you're going to want to go on the 275s. Michelin's that came from factory with the car, but it looks wonderful. As far as interior goes, I haven't really done too much to it. It's mainly stock Shakir orange exterior with Shakir orange interior. Looks awesome. Grabs so much attention. Sometimes it's kind of a little unwanted. Driver's side, the only real noticeable change I did, which actually is maybe some eyes only might catch it, I did add that. Just a little cover cap. You can pick that up on eBay as well for about, I believe it was about $40. Otherwise the stock one is just black, and I feel like it doesn't really go well, especially with the carbon fiber trim. I feel like it just gave it the look of completed. You can't get the actual headlight cover, the actual headlight for about, I believe it's about $400. So once again, it saves you a lot of money. It basically does the same thing. Quality, of course, and there is definitely a difference between the BMW carbon and this sort of fake cover, but $40, to the average person probably won't notice, and it looks better. I think the one last thing that I did not talk about was really cool Carly. It allows you to code certain things on your car. It's not going to be anything too crazy. I know there's stuff like Bimmer Greeks and Thor you can use on these vehicles that you can flash your, if you have a DCT, you can also do some coding on your MDM. So this does not allow you to do that. Carly does not. I'll do a separate review on that, but it does allow you to do basic things like comfort access, closed mirrors, and especially the best one is turn off active sound design. So ASD, what it does is it pumps, according to BMW, real engine sounds into the cabin. However, that does get really annoying, and in fact I feel like it sometimes even sort of covers a lot of the intake spool, and especially the exhaust sounding natural. You don't just hear the exhaust coming through the back, but you hear it through the speakers, and it sounds so weird. Hopefully you guys can tell, but it totally sounds so different. So different. Way more natural. Absolutely amazing. Let you guys hear a little bit of the spool. Way better. So with Carly, I coated the mirrors, so the mirrors will close on basically if I hold to lock the vehicle. It'll also fold in the mirrors, which is extremely useful. Also, like I said, I coated ASD off. I turned the ridiculous BMW chime. It gets so annoying when you have a passenger that don't plug in their seatbelt and you're going at a very low speed. So I was able to code that off. Like I said, I'll do a separate full review on Carly. I'm sure you guys are wondering, performance-wise, what have I done to this thing? Well, like I said, previous video, I do have the Berger Motorsports intakes. These guys are pretty rare in California to get, but I was able to find them on a NorCal forum, BMWs, the S55 M3 and F80, and F82 and 4. I was able to pick those guys up for about $300. I believe if you were to purchase them new, if you're able to get them in your state, they're about $499. This is the version 1. That's why it doesn't have the actual clamp that goes here. Like I said in my previous video, the sound is absolutely amazing. Probably one of the best sound mods you could do to it, honestly. Allows you to get past that sort of annoying, weird rest that these cars make. You at least get to hear the turbo spool up. They seem kind of cool. The quality on them has been pretty good for $300. They seem to be doing really well. Otherwise, for performance, I do have JB. Let's see, you guys can kind of see it there. I'm not gonna fully take it off, but you guys can see that there. JB. See some of the wires. I was able to tuck them back there. Installation was so easy. Aside from having to unbolt the reservoir right here, which is kind of a pain. I actually ended up switching them to screws. Some Phillips screws make it super easy to remove. But it's just a matter of plugging basically the T-map and that boost in the back. I don't know if you guys can see the sensor here. Back there. Super easy mod to install. And it adds, supposedly, according to Burger Motorsports, about 40 wheel horsepower and 40 wheel torque. You can mix a little bit of E85 to get sort of 90, would be equivalent to 93, and actually hit those claimed numbers that Burger Motorsports promises if you're on California 91. And that's basically it for performance. Burger Motorsports, you guys probably won't believe me, the reason I bought it, picked it up for $80 on eBay. So like I was saying, guys, for about $1,000, definitely can transform your M car without having to pay ridiculous M tax.